Breaking today, King Charles makes a monumental mistake by giving Prince Harry the audience with Meghan, Archie, and Lily that they have been so desperate for, but not all is as it seems. And by the way, if anyone thinks that this man is the future of the British royal family, as he goes from his meeting with the king to doing goat yoga and making crap jokes and boasting about the fact that he still thinks he's the Duke of Sussex on an awful new podcast. If anyone thinks that is the future, with Meghan and the kids shrouded in secrecy, let me tell you they are wrong. Because this weekend, we saw in the most perfectly illustrated manner why it's William and Catherine and their children, especially George and Charlotte, who are the real future of the British monarchy, as the couple showed their love at the polo, and then the family put on an amazing performance at Wimbledon. So this is what happened just after we went off air on Friday night UK time. Brittany, that is an interesting take on Camilla turning up, which did surprise a lot of people. But remember, I have reported in the past, Brittany, and this dates right back to really 2021. Charles and William vowed they would never be alone with Harry. They just couldn't risk being alone with Harry, because what if he came out and said something that was constitutionally significant? So I'm actually going to give Camilla a pass here and say that it's understandable that she would want to be there so that if Harry does make an outrageous allegation in the months or years to come, the royal family could say, well, our recollections vary. And remember, Charles and Camilla were both there.
Yes, this is incredibly important. We know that nobody really wants to be alone with Harry because they don't know what he'll say. He's a loose cannon. But I think the big thing here when it comes to Harry's visit, and this visit in particular with Charles, is that, again, we're getting mixed messages from the palace because, yes, of course, there's this personal dynamic here and this family dynamic, and everybody understands that. And everybody understands maybe to a certain extent the desire to rebuild the relationship. But what about the monarchy itself, the institution, the 1,000-year-old institution Charles is supposed to represent? I feel like that is sort of remains unclear here. Where does Harry stand? Where does Charles see Harry standing? Is Charles interested in allowing Harry to come back in? Is Charles interested in allowing Harry and Meghan to speak for him in some ways? I feel like that remains incredibly unclear at this point. And I think that's a really big danger for the monarchy because Harry and Meghan, again, can say in some ways whatever they want and can continue to act as if they are still working members of the royal family when they are not, because Harry has said some constitutionally and diplomatically charged statements over even just the last couple of months that could potentially put the monarchy in a tricky situation. So he's continuing to act like a rogue royal. Again, Charles didn't get a huge level of concessions from them for this visit. And so this will embolden Harry and Meghan's worst tendencies. And I think the worst is going to be yet to come from them.
Brittany, we saw the most perfect illustration of what real royalty is over the weekend. And actually, I think William and Catherine won the optics war because Harry just looked like a fool without his wife or his children, whereas William and Catherine looked exactly like the royals we want to see, right? Including a lovely PDA at the polo.
Yes, they are very, very classy and elegant, Catherine and William. And they are examples of what royals are, which is, it's different than celebrity. They act in a different way. And the danger always with Harry and Meghan is that they're trying to act like celebrities when they do technically have royal titles. And then people kind of drag the rest of the monarchy down to the celebrity D-list level. But Catherine and William just absolutely shined this weekend with them and their children. And I think they are obviously the future of the monarchy. It is Catherine and William. And unfortunately, they have to deal with this Harry and Meghan freak show. It does sort of drive some of the attention away from them. But Catherine and William, of course, come out on top just in the class game alone. Even if Harry and Meghan steal some headlines, Catherine and William are still a class act. They don't change. They don't try to get down to Harry and Meghan's level. They just continue to do what real royals do and showing everybody how it's done.
And then we had Wimbledon, and we know this is a huge event for Catherine and the family. But what was remarkable is that she received the most spectacular standing O, both on her own on Saturday, then, of course, with the family on Sunday. Have a look at this. On Saturday, there was this great moment as well where, and it's happened a couple of times in the past, and she deals with it very well, but in the silence of centre court, someone yells out, "We love you, Kate! Look at this." It also looks like, Brittany, George and Charlotte may have a new tennis coach, Arthur Ferry. He is the British #1 who had this spectacular run to the Wimbledon semi-finals. And there was a beautiful moment, actually, where there was this interaction between Catherine and Arthur. You can also hear William at certain points during this video. He's speaking to the ball girls who are just down the line. But it's really lovely, Brittany, because you can see just how nervous George and Charlotte still are as they take these tentative steps into public life. But I think it's really lovely to actually watch the whole dialogue between them all.
Nice to meet you. Hello. Very nice to see you. Very well, thank you. Yes, this is for you. Happy birthday. This is George, Arthur, and Charlotte.
You running around the umbrellas as well?
Yeah.
Very good job. Keep cutting. Yeah, well, that's good.
No,
It's many days.
Fantastic. Awesome. Yeah. And great, you got a chance to film the show and everything.
I believe the first time.
How was the pressure? Really sort of, yeah, first time thing.
Yeah, a little nervous, definitely. But once I was out there, it was fine. I had some time to relax and play tennis.
Fantastic.
I hear your children play tennis a lot.
Yeah,
is it?
yeah, they played it exactly. Yeah, you and quite well.
Yeah. It's great. You guys want to hit some balls at any time?
Thank you.
That'd be great.
Do you get some downtime now? Have you got
Yeah. Next week's going to be nice just to get a holiday.
How's the other thing?
It's been tough for us.
Very hard, yeah.
It's been very unusually.
Yeah, I know. Only like the 6th time ever, I think. So yeah, you've come a lot this fortnight? Or?
Yeah, I kind of. I was about to come last week to see something else to play.
Yeah.
It seemed, so good. So I was very from the environment.
Brittany, it's just lovely, isn't it? The whole event was lovely. And the fact that it culminated on the Sunday with her taking Charlotte and George felt very special.
It really did, Dan. It's always wonderful to see the children. I think Catherine also looked absolutely smashing and just incredibly elegant. And it's just so great to see the kids when they do public facing events. It's just so fun to see them sort of grow up and become more mature and more comfortable in the roles that they will play. And obviously Catherine and William are spectacular ambassadors for the British monarchy. They are the ones that keep the whole thing steady, really, in so many ways, with the chaos surrounding so much of the British monarchy at this point. They are the steady ship, and I think they will do a fantastic job for the British monarchy in the future. They're teaching their kids how important this work is. And I just think that tennis is such a close sport to Catherine's heart that I think they so enjoy coming out and enjoying the Wimbledon as a family. And hopefully we'll get to see Prince Louis there next year.
Yeah, exactly. He may have been a little bit too bored for it this year. You know, it's a lot to sit through. It's a long game. It was hot. But yes, obviously, I would love to see Louis there for the entertainment. Look, Brittany, we've got to talk about William's anger because this is a real betrayal by King Charles. We can't skirt around that fact. I know some people don't want to believe it, but you know how long I have reported on these tensions between William and the King, and they have just kicked off after this meeting at the weekend. So what we're going to do is move over to Substack. We'll